All the disrespect before you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, a full week of checking these buttons. Thank you guys for tuning in one more time. We got that hot action and we got them chapters down below if you want to skip around, and that sub button right there, so close to 70K. Appreciate the mad love, y'all. We got some hot ones like I was just talking about, and anyway, I'm already talking too much. So let's check these buttons. Let's go. All right, first up for the Sajam Under Fire. Actually catching some heat for remarks made, buttons that need to be checked. This one was surprising. This one came out of left field. Apparently during Capcom Cup, Sajam was restreaming. You know, he was watching, I guess, on his channel. And during the match, I think it was Salvatore versus Itabashi, he was noticing some commentators, right? I think we had Saint Cola and we had Jammers at the time. Apparently, he didn't care for the style, I guess, of Jammers, or maybe even what he just said. Watch the clip. Oh, and by the way, the clip was posted by I'm Still the Daddy, of all people. So I was like, okay, well, what is this? And then I'm Still the Daddy, when he posted it, he said, how Sajam do our boy Jammers like that? Let's check it out.
Man, right there, schools, what a
listen,
dive kick.
I'm sorry, I gotta call it how I see it. That was god awful. That dive kick was not.
All right, you know what else is god awful? His fucking commentary, bro. I can't listen anymore. I can't. I gotta mute him. Sorry. I can't listen anymore, bro. I can't. Like, I can't. I just can't, bro. I'm sorry. I can't.
Right.
I can't. I cannot listen anymore. It's not good. It's just not good. I can't. I gotta mute him.
Man, right there.
Okay, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again.
I'm sorry, I gotta call it how I see it. That was god awful. That dive kick was not.
All right, you know what else is god awful? His fucking commentary, bro. I can't listen anymore. I can't. I gotta mute him. Sorry. I can't listen anymore, bro. I can't. Like, I can't. I just can't, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. I cannot listen anymore. It's not good. It's just not good. I can't. I gotta mute him.
Man, right there.
All right, there you have it.
I'm sorry.
So,
I gotta.
Jammers goes in and says, I'm sorry, I have to call that dive kick was god awful. Sajam then responds saying, you know what else is god awful? Your damn commentary. I can't listen to it. I gotta mute him. I can't. I just can't stand it. I cannot stand the commentary. And there you have it. Okay, simple enough clip, right? I'll give some opinions at the end. From there, FGC reacting. Some are like, I don't think Sajam watched the match. If he did, he would not be catching feelings like this. Others are like, this is nasty work. Nerds who never watched a sporting event, ears are bleeding. This is equivalent to someone saying that's a terrible pass, shot, run, defense, etc. I like Sajam, but this was corny. Others are like, I commented or commentated for a little bit over 3 years, and I completely understand not liking someone else's commentary to the point of muting, but you should never put your fellow commentators down publicly like this. And then they hated Jammers because he spoke the truth, finishing right here saying Sajam would have been like, wow, that really is a good attempt at closing the distance, incredible spacing. Then from there, I even see Punk respond saying, I don't think tagging Jammers said anything wrong on commentary. The FGC, the only place that doesn't allow bad plays to be called out, while other esports and sports have this all the time. I personally think this should be more common because not everything people do is always good. Underneath that, I actually see Diafoam responding saying, what is that, +1? I think it could have been said better, but calling misplays is important and commentary overall was great. Then I see Flash Metroid saying, I agree, he didn't do anything wrong in my opinion. If anything, it's refreshing seeing horrible plays not being faked hype. From there, I even see Event Hubs right here saying, putting it simply, tagging Jammers is hands down one of the best people at commentary in the entire FGC, also a strong and knowledgeable player. I see somebody else adding saying, Jammers is good, but this was Itabashi's first win in front of his home crowd, and the call paid no respect to the moment. The winning moment of a match was reduced to that dive kick was ass. It's okay to call that out. I even see Hotashi right here saying, 1, it's Sajam's personal stream, so who gives a fuck? 2, I don't think Street Fighter 6 really has bad decisions in neutral. You can wake up one day and dive kick works the next day and then dive kick doesn't work. So I'm with Sajam on this one. plenty of other dog shit plays to criticize. I even see Justin Wong right here saying, no more commentator discourse, please. Just know everybody has their own style, and that's cool. As long as you don't give the viewers constant wrong info, you are cool in my book. I just hope I can commentate the Cup with the homies because it looked fun for the last 4 days. Okay, and before we continue on, there you have it. You got a little bit of, people saying that Jammers did nothing wrong, so more so saying that Sajam was, I guess, out of line, because they were like, yo, people do that in sports all the time. Are we really that soft, lack of a better term, here in the FGC or in esports period, that we can't critique plays? But then you got the other side saying, no, I see what's up with Sajam, or I agree with him, because it was his personal stream, so who gives a shit? And at the end of the day, the other comment said, well, Jammers didn't understand that I guess it was Itabashi's first win in front of his home crowd. So instead of making the moment about that, the moment became that dive kick was ass. Then from there, we even have Sajam actually responding to this. Right here, he writes, I quote retweet this to say, and by the way, the one he's talking about has actually been deleted, so I'm not sure what they said, but he says, I quote retweet this to say, instead of making video/discourse the topic anymore, I just decided to message people involved and chat normally about the situation, since anything I say will encourage flame in either direction, which is pointless. I've been commentating for over a decade and watched all Capcom Cup top to bottom for 4 straight days, so maybe my perspective is different from yours. Either way, I don't want additional flame for anybody tackling a subjective or challenging craft. We all have our own takes, and that's what makes it fun. And continuing on, I know he added right here saying, any yapping I do only opens the door to shit on people doing their job. I don't think there is a victim here in general, since everybody ends up getting flamed. Really, the only thing that happens if I give more of my thoughts is ammo for people to be nasty even more. What about that sounds good for anybody? So on one hand, interesting approach, right? Because he's like, I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to do a video, yada, yada, because if I do, it might be used as ammo for more people to get flamed. Instead, I believe he said he just contacted the people involved directly to have a normal human conversation. So I guess that's what's up. I thought maybe he would come out and say, yo, no disrespect, no hard feelings, I like Jammers, something like that. But he didn't. He just came out and said, hey, ain't no victims here. I'm just gonna talk to people directly, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I've been commentating for a long time, so maybe my perspective is different from yours, you know what I'm saying? So I see things a little different, and I watched every day of the Cup. I watched them all, you know what I'm saying? So this is how I feel. And now I'm just gonna talk to people directly. And let's wrap it up right here with these last 2 tweets before we unpack right here saying, dude, dive kick was awfully spaced and Jammers is telling the truth. You can't pretend all the plays are perfect just because it's Capcom Cup. Why is Sajam so mad about that? And then wrapping it up with Jammers himself saying, and that's for me, or and that's me done completely here at Capcom Cup 11. Time for some self-reflection. Everybody underneath that is either saying, I think you did a great job. Acoustic says he doesn't like black commentary. Laughing face, Javed said, you did an amazing job, man. Great work. Sick commentary. And it continues from there. There you have it. So, let's check these buttons. All right. Now, on one hand, can't speak as a commentator, right? Because I'm not a commentator. Most of us are not. Let's be real. And let's be neutral first, but let's be real, right? Most times we all have, let's be real, we all have commentators we don't like. Some of them were on this fucking, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I had similar feelings. It actually wasn't Jammers. It wasn't Jammers. But I had similar feelings. It was a couple where I was like, I gotta mute this shit. It's painful. It is fucking painful. And you could always tell when you have like an OG one and you put them against like a newbie or one that's technically not a OG, and they just get out commentated. Is that a fucking term? They just get outmatched, and you could always tell. It's almost uncomfortable to watch. So I get it. I've been since day one. Since day one, I have watched tournaments and I've seen certain commentators, even if they were just like random people from the scene, and I was like, golly, you can really ruin a moment. You can really ruin a moment with the wrong commentator. It's just facts. Now, that's us. That's us thinking. That's me thinking, right? That's everybody that's not a commentator thinking. Now, but from Sajam's point of view, if you're Sajam, you know you got weight, you know, anything you say can be used against you in a court of FGC law. You already know that. So I am surprised. I'm actually surprised that he said that on stream. I mean, he had to know that it was going to be clipped, that somebody was going to say something, especially because it was a well-known commentator, Jammers, from the EU. So the EU people were probably going to get pissed. I'm surprised. I'm not so surprised that he had an opinion and that he felt that strong about it, because we're all human. I'm just surprised that he that he actually said this shit and like doubled down and kept talking. It was like, nah, I can't. Mute. I just can't do it. And the community, they stepped up, y'all. I was surprised. They stepped up. They were like, yo, you're wrong. You're wrong. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing. If you don't like him, it's cool because that's your opinion. But he did nothing wrong. How y'all feeling about that? And I will say this, I'll wrap it up with this. I do think, though, it is cool to Sajam. And like I said, I'm neutral. I don't even know Sajam. I've never talked to him. But I do think that the way he did it was kind of respectable because he stood on his opinion. He didn't backpedal. He didn't do a public apology and say, you know what, my bad, I'm sorry, it was a great call. He didn't. He purposely ignored that. Like, he just steered right. Almost like he was like, I'm not gonna apologize because this is how I really feel. I'll talk to him man to man. If he feels some type of way, I'll talk to the people directly and then we could squash it. That's respectable to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you're standing on your business. You're not doing a fake apology and you're like, I will talk to you directly. So to me, that you know, I much prefer that than the fake Twitter shit. Because let's be real, if he would have issued an apology, it could have been seen as fake Twitter shit. I got some mixed emotions about this, but I do see both sides. How y'all feeling? I imagine at this point, you know, with all the support Jammers got from the community, and some people even say that Sajam's right, as long as Sajam reaches out to them, I believe it's gonna be squash. It ain't gonna be nothing, you know what I'm saying? I just thought it was very interesting because I don't know if I've ever seen commentators you know, have this type of, I guess, moment where one kind of talks about the other one. We do it all the time in the FGC. We literally do it all the time. And sometimes I see it in the comments where people are talking shit about clips I show, like, oh, I can't stand such and such. Oh my God, for whatever reason. We all feel that way. Just like we can't stand certain content creators. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we can't stand certain players. Everybody has their crowd. Everybody has the people that are rooting for them and rooting against them. It goes everywhere across the board, even with commentators. For me, it's easy. I'll tell you, some of these guys are fucking trash. But if you're Sajam, that's a different story. How y'all feel about that story? Let me know. All right, next up for that infamous Kakeru fighting with his wife. Buttons that need to be checked. Do y'all remember the stream, right? When he won, he did a speech with Ryan Hart. I believe Ryan was translating. People in the crowd were laughing. He went on to say that he got into a fight with his wife like the night before. It lasted all night. He used it as motivation. He went back and he won the fucking cup. And I was just like, oh shit. Like he got the ultimate husband W and stuff that. Well, apparently, I don't know if I missed the translation or what, because it looks like the fight, because he also mentioned that he just got married and he hadn't got her a ring yet. So he was like, yo, this is coming at a perfect time. So it kind of made it seem like the fight was more of, you know, things outside of the game. Well, apparently the fight was based totally inside the game and his wife is godlike. So let's watch this right here. Well, actually, Event Hubs posted this. They said Capcom 11 winner, tagging Kakeru, wanted to use Mai, but had a fight with his wife about sticking with JP. So apparently, y'all, let me go to this article that they're tagging in this. Apparently, the reason why he was fighting with his wife is because he was talking to her about possibly switching characters, and she was like, no, you stay with fucking JP. So they actually went back. Isn't this a godlike marital fight to have? Like, who the hell fights over this? If you have a marriage and you're fighting over this, you're a blessed man. Anyway, so the article right here starts saying, $1 Million Man who was crowned the world's strongest player in Street Fighter 6 reveals the reason for his marriage buff, which has been a hot topic on social media, was to create an environment that allows me to concentrate on my sport. Now, if we go down to the article, and I'll link it down below so you guys can check it. Right here, my wife takes care of my health and diet, which helps me feel better mentally. Right here, they said marriage buff has already become a hot topic on social media. How do you feel about the change in motivation brought about a family in a competitive scene? He says, my motivation itself hasn't changed that much. My wife takes care of my physical condition and diet, which also mentally healing, and I'm very grateful for that. Unlike before I got married, I only have to concentrate on the competition, and it's great now that I'm in an environment where I can concentrate more on Street Fighter 6. You mentioned, I guess the interviewer, you mentioned buying a wedding ring as a way to spend the $1 million prize money. Do you have any other plans? He says, no, I don't. It was the same as Gamers 8 when he won $400,000, but money disappears quickly, said that with a smile. I want to stay in this industry for a long time and keep winning, so I want to make sure that I have enough money for my next activity and to eat properly as a professional player, so I want to do that properly. My man said he want to eat properly. Well, you eating good right now with that 1 million, homie. So continuing on, this is where they talk about the fight. They say the reason for the fight with his wife was whether or not to perform the dance, so to speak. They said, you really played a lot with Mai in ranked matches. Was there any possibility that you would use her in Cap Cup? He says, I wanted to use Mai, and I actually fought with my wife about it, bitter laugh. In the end, I decided that JP is better, so I went with JP this time. Right after winning, he revealed that he had been fighting with his wife in on the stage interview, which became a hot topic, and there you have it. Okay, so initially, I was thinking that they were having some other, you need to take out the garbage more type shit. You know what I'm saying? That he went back to the tournament mad and used it as motivation. But really, she was just trying to give, she was trying to give him the best picks. You better with JP, go get that my bullshit. That's online. We offline now, baby. We trying to get this milli. You know what I'm saying? They arguing about fucking character select screen. My man said, you know what? I'm gonna stick with JP. He wins a milli. He wins the milli. Now he got to give it to her because she kept him on JP. That is dope as hell. That is a fucking marriage, a partnership. He's like, yo, she handles my nutrition, my health. That's a soulmate. That's love right there. She's like, I'm here for you, baby. I completely forgot that he won Gamers 8. He won all that money. And now he won $1 million. $1 million. My man is looking good. He's eating good. He's planning for his next activities good. This to me was hilarious dispute. I don't think I've ever seen a marriage couple or a married couple fight like this, but I gotta say, it's a top tier argument. How y'all feeling? Let me know. And that it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. Thank you guys for the amazing love. We will see you soon. Not tomorrow, definitely the next day, but more than likely, it will be tomorrow. So thank you guys forever. We got, thank you guys forever. I told you my mind is checking out what it is. I haven't ate yet. I am starving right now. So anyway, let me say this. Thank you guys for the amazing love. Thank you for taking the time to subscribe. The Patreons for holding us down. I promise you, your support makes everything happen. So thank you guys for the amazing love. I will see you tomorrow, which is HT. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all, fella. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.